All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we have season 5 recap show. A video that's horrendously outdated, as I've been done with this for a while, but I just haven't gotten around to actually recording it. As you see on the table here, we finished top again. This time it wasn't as such of a runaway as it was last season. It went down to the final game of the year, and we won, and Spurs only got a draw. So that worked out. We finished tied with Chelsea for most goals scored, and we gave up a little bit more than normal. Few teams actually conceded less than us. We didn't lose a lot, obviously, only 2, but we drew a lot of games with 9. 90 points, though, so worked out well. Fulham, Cardiff, and Reading, as you see at the bottom there, were all the teams that got relegated. The Community Shield, we beat Arsenal 4-3 on penalties. The FA Cup, again, I think... Okay, yeah, we actually did make it to the quarterfinals, as you see on the more in the upper right. We lost 1-0 to Liverpool, so that kind of sucks. And I don't think our Capital One Cup... yeah, talk about bombing out. We didn't even get to the final round of 16. I think we actually lost our first game, which is pretty awful. The Copa Europe, we beat Bayern Munich 2-1. And the Champions Cup, or Champions League, we actually won. We beat Borussia Dortmund 5-3 in one of the most entertaining games I've played. As you see, we knocked Porto off 3-2, and then Tottenham 4-2 on aggregate, obviously, and then Real Madrid 4-2. So it was, outside of the domestic cup competitions, we did really, really good. I think that's all we're going to be able to see in this. Just in case you were curious, Napoli beat Inter Milan in the final of the Europa League. So, yeah, we did sign some guys as I sold some players. One of the guys was that Levin Ostunale. Man City came asking for him, and they wound up offering like $45 million or something for him. I thought, all right, he's a backup defensive midfielder for my team anyway, so I figured that's too much to just pass on. So I'll switch it over to this. Kitchen moved up 2 to a 76. His overall potential is really, really high, but for some reason, goalkeepers always go up really slow for me. Hernandez moved up 2 to an 81. Sewell moved up 2 to an 84. Portillo moved up 3 to an 80. This is a guy we signed, I want to say maybe in the January window. As you see there, we got him from Anderlecht for $35 million, and we gave Gideon Zelalem as well as a part of the deal. But he moved up 2 to an 84. He's a great young player. Bazor moved up 3 to an 82. Magana moved up 1 to an 81. Brandt moved up 1 to an 80. Acosta moved up 3 to an 81. Fuster moved up 3 to an 80. Combi moved up 1 to an 80. I don't know why some of his stats are negatives, but Della Roca moved up 1 to a 71. Aguiar moved up 1 to a 78. Mwemba moved up 2 to an 80. Kinney moved up 1 to a 79. Loy moved up 3 to an 80. This team is stacked. I mean, this is a really deep squad. Uh, this guy we signed at the beginning of the year for 22.5 million, and we gave up the Hughes kid, which I don't know if we really got the best of that deal, but he's an 81, but he barely budged. Traore stayed as a 78. He's a guy I bought in the January window because at the time we were dealing with injuries, so I just needed another guy that had depth and speed, which is something this team really lacks. Gutierrez is our backup keeper. He moved up 1 to a 71. Ramirez moved up 4 to a 74. Rios moved up 4 to a 75. Ortiz moved up 4 to a 70. Boyne moved up 4 to a 69. Most of these players are either, excuse me, are youth squad players who have been promoted or just players that we've picked up on the cheap, either through free agency or just, going around trying to find young players. Miller moved up 1 to a 76. Nilsson moved up 3 to a 78. Wilkes didn't budge at all. Gabadini, however you pronounce that, moved up 3 to a 59. He's a youth player that demanded to be released from his youth contract. So I was kind of forced to sign him early. Foria moved up 4 to a 71. Jackson moved up 1 to a 67. Wilkes is another player like that, moved up 5 to a 54. Pinto, I think we just signed him. He's a 75. Roki moved up 4 to a 72. Pidgley, I think we just signed him as well. Deere, who's out on loan, moved up 1 to a 72. Ginnelly moved up 2 to a 68. Dixon moved up 2 to a 69. So pretty deep and a lot of players on the squad. As you see, our transfer budget's $93 million. So, I mean, and our youth academy, it's gone back and forth to being really thin to, I think we've punched it back up. Altamira, 64 to 68, 85 to 91 overall. Pet Turk, 63 to 67, 84 to 90. Garaz something, 65 to 69, 86 to 92. Carl, 67 to 71, 83 to 89. Friend, 68 to 72, 88 94. Vincenti, 70 to 74, 85 91. Manakana, 65 69, 82 88. Weiss, 56 to 66, 74 to 88. Probably one of the weaker ones we got on there. Schuster, 63 to 77, 79 to 94. Farman, obviously you can tell a lot of Germans in here. 72 to 76, 89 to 94. Koch, 65 to 73, 86 to 94. And Schaefer, 66 to 70, 84 to 90. I mean, we're stacked even with the future looming. Let's see. Let's just check this out. Goals, as you can see, Fuster with 12, Combi with 11, and Acosta with 10. And then it kind of drifts off. As always, we always have like a good amount of players just score the random goal throughout the season. Assist-wise, Fuster with 10. Brandt and Acosta with 6. And then again, just a lot of guys picking up a few. We did get a yellow card. Combi picked one up. Obviously no red cards. And Pidgley in his one game did apparently very well. Fuster and Bazor played the best, given the amount of games that they played. And as always, probably the guys with the least probably were the outside mids. Wow, a 29 for Pinto, 42 for Wilkes. Wow, the defensive midfielders did not fare well, the backups anyways. Hernandez played the most games and had easily the weakest overall average. Player stats. As you see, Fuster finished in 7th. Convey is in 12th. And there's Acosta in 16th. So 3 guys in the top 16 ain't bad. And down there at the bottom was Halilovic. Assists, Fuster led the way. And as you see down at the bottom there, Brandt at 15th. Acosta at 16. And that's it on there. Clean sheets, Kitchen led the league with 22. So, I guess I could show you the stats then of the, oh, we're going to go the wrong way here, of the, the Champions League. That's where I'm going. Just see how we did here. Fuster had 4 goals. Traore, who did nothing all season in the Premier League, managed to get 4 goals in the Champions League. Excuse me. Even Ortiz got 3, and then a whole bunch of guys with a few. Assist-wise, Convey, Muvwemba, and Tielemans with 3, and then a bunch of other guys. Kitchen, 4 clean sheets. Man, that's not you think of. I mean, I understand the competition's probably greater, but considering we got 22 clean sheets out of 38 games, but only 4 out of 12 in the Champions League, doesn't bode well. Gutierrez, 1 game, got an 80. Fuster with a 77. So, yeah, and I've just been so busy with other games and stuff that I haven't gotten a chance to really, I don't know. I finished this 5th season. I thought, all right, I'm kind of done with this. I mean, it's always fun playing through these seasons and watching these players grow and everything, but eventually it just kind of becomes just the same thing over and over again. There's only so much you can get into. So, anyways, video's a little on the shorter side than normal for these. I think I spoke really fast. But as always, thanks for watching, and I don't know. Maybe I'll record another video, video game related at some point, or maybe do another music one. Depends what I'm in the mood for. But anyways, hope everyone's doing well. And again, thanks for watching. Adios.